What up, family? Guys, Sport Dash 20 Merrily. It is 8 o'clock a.m. in my city, Chicago. Thursday, November the 20th, 2025. 100% on my phone. All right. I'm going to talk all the way to 8:08. All right. This is how people get caught up, killed, railroaded, and, you know, left looking crazy or for dead. Remember, I stood up at the age of 6 in 1973 for being a child abuse victim. But obviously, the people around me, 9 times out of 10, my so-called family, because it always starts at home, knew I was going to be somebody. And, Cain killed Abel. Keep all this in mind. Act like you got some sense. And stop drinking and smoking, and maybe you understand what's going on, not only with me, but with you as well. If something bad is happening and you're not able to move forward in your life and become the person you was meant to be, and that was the best at whatever it is that you do, besides troll me. Now, Cain killed Abel. So obviously, my family, I would like to say, the only male in my family, my brother, you understand what I'm saying, was hating on me being the baby. My name is Mary Lee Davis, a.k.a. Mary Mack, originated rap since the age of 8, 1975. Okay? But I didn't know the difference between an apple or an orange at the age of 6 because I was severely abused, taken advantage of. But then I went and lived with some foster parents at 1335 East 75th Street, 75th in Kenwood in my city, Chicago. And there I met a lady by the name of Betty Jean Redmond, whose birthday was on Christmas. My sobriety just so happened to be on Christmas of 1997. It's all, spiritual, I like to think. Long story short, I became the originator of rap at that same location in Chicago, 1335 East 75th Street, after leaving my so-called family because my brother probably was on some nonsense because he wasn't able to make it. You understand what I'm saying? And he was supposed to have been a smart one, brains, this, that, and the third. And he probably saw me coming up, him and my oldest sister, Linda Nelson, and they felt some kind of way because at the end of my mother's life, Mary Lee Wright, it was me, my oldest sister, Linda, and my brother, Emmanuel Robert Davis, by her side. And he gave her a cigarette. So she, you know, she probably died because of him. He's always been a hater. That's another story for another day because, I'm on a time limit. And it's 8:03. Long story short, I became a ward of the state. I ended up leaving my foster family, the Redmonds, and just moving around different places. And once they realized your potential, and like I said, at the age of 6, I didn't know the difference between an apple and orange. But at the age of 8, I was filling up pages after listening to music. I was introduced to the music and stuff, albums and things of that nature. And my foster mother must have realized that, I had a gift of writing because I would write out my stories. That's why when I write out stories. I don't really be, rapping. I just be telling my story, in rhyme form, but I can rap it also if I want to. So, you know, people was always bothering me. That's where I got violated at, at that location, 1335 East 75th Street. But while I was with them, but by 5 guys not too far from the building, at a gas station that had a bathroom you can go in. They have changed things around. They trying to change things around. You understand what I'm saying? To, get rid of me or whatever and stuff. Today is the day that Ben Wilson allegedly got killed by a gangbanger at the age of 17 in 1984. He was a star player for the Simeon basketball team. gave them their first championship or whatever and stuff and everything. And then he allegedly died. And, he has a street name after him on 78th and Elberhart. So, right when he was coming up, a native of Chicago, whatever the case may be, he got cut down. And then Jordan came up. So I've been fighting all my life to prove that I am somebody, but I don't get no respect. You understand what I'm saying? I done made everybody billionaires, including Jordan, who isn't from Chicago, Oprah Winfrey, who isn't from Chicago, Barack Obama, who isn't from Chicago, but allegedly his wife, Michelle Obama, is. But you would think they'll reach back and help me. I knew I was somebody in 1995 when I gave Oprah Winfrey my child abuse story again to 3 cassette tapes front and back to The Sound of Music and the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech. Now, with that said, Oprah been pimping me ever since 1984 when I gave her my child abuse rap at the age of 17 in 1984. And then they came out with The Color Purple in 1985. Based on a true story, all of this. People know it. And when, they know you somebody, just like they said, it take a village to raise a child, it take a village to kill a child also. And if they know you worth more dead than you are alive, and I knew that when I told them at the age of 28 in 1995, when I gave Oprah my story again for the second time. I said, I already know I'm worth more dead than I am alive. Just give me $2 million tax-free and the rest could go to charity. They threw me on the psych ward. You understand what I'm saying? Because they trying to discredit me. So real Chicagoans know I've been in the streets all my life selling merchandise, helping people, this, that, and the third. And I'm a good influencer. I don't drink, drugs, smoke, or fornicate. But, of course, when a person trying to get rid of you, just like Dave Chappelle said, it's easy to, say you crazy than, a genius in so many words. So, I just want to say rest in peace to the real Michael Jordan of Chicago. And that is Ben Wilson. Real talk. And, people probably heard me coming up and, everybody jumped on the bandwagon just like they do now. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't get the respect. So I think they trying to kill me like they did Ben Wilson and make it seem like, oh, I never existed, or they just want to, come up off of me one more time. But I got news for them. It take two, me and my higher power. Is not going to let that happen. This the four. I've been standing up for myself, like I said, since the age of 6, 1973. And that's really why I'm catching hell, because they didn't kill me. You know what I'm saying? And I am somebody. Originated rap since the age of 8. That's the 8. Since 1975. And it's the 12. Jesus had 12 disciples. One of them had to be a girl. Step your game up, peace.